I evoke the right of the abolition of blasphemy law of 2008, which enables me to critique said ideology and religion, which is under British law. Right, Shabina Mahmood, you're on the hot seat, my dear, unfortunately. But very, very good speech. I'll give you that. It was very hearty. It was very passionate. I appreciate that. But there are some flaws in your argument. And it looks like you're appeasing again, like what Labour does on a daily basis. But here we go. So, according to the Home Office's own data for the year ending March 2025, now just bearing in mind I like to stick to the facts here. I'm not interested in playing, my feelings game. I'm giving you the facts here, okay? Because unfortunately, as we've seen from the BBC, we're incapable of not being biased. Yeah? So here are the facts. According to the Home Office's own data for the year ending March 2025, Pakistan is now the single largest source of asylum seekers into the UK with 11,048 applications. Okay? Afghanistan ranks second with 8,069 and Iran ranks third at 7,786. All of which are Islamic nations. Now, to break that down even further, Pakistan with 11,048 claims, that's a 58% increase year on year. Afghanistan, 8,069 is second highest. Iran, third highest, 7,786. Bangladesh, in fourth, 7,171. And in fifth, Syria, 3,875. No doubt this video is going to get taken down for spitting the facts, but that's just how it is. That's the world we're living in, unfortunately. People will not like to hear these numbers, especially on the left. But yeah, we're appeasing again. So Shabina Mahmood's proposed visa ban list includes Angola, Namibia and DR Congo more like, all African non-Muslim majority nations, and none are among the top asylum claims. None of them. So, I mean, what's the goal here exactly? Like, what are we fighting if we're not going to face the facts? Surely, if that's the majority, surely that's the one that needs to be looked at. Why are we ignoring the facts again? This isn't going to be a long video. I'm just spitting the facts. That is from the Home Office. So, again, this is what Labour does. Is that, they pretend, they virtue signal and they say, yeah, we're dealing with a problem. You're not dealing with a problem. If anything, she's going to cause more division, even saying that this has caused more division by doing what she's done. So she's part of the problem because she's not addressing the facts and she refuses to address her own community in this case, which makes up the largest number. Like, guys, what are we going to do? What if we can't deal with facts with this incredibly broken system we have? What else do we have left? What else do we have left? We don't have anything else. Anyway, this was a very short video, but it's just to give you the facts and statistics of what's really going on. So I don't think putting visa bans on Angola, Namibia, and the Democratic Republic of Congo is going to do anything because they don't make up the largest numbers. Pakistan, Afghanistan, and Iran does. And people are wondering why there's so much division. Well, I've got an idea for you. Why are these people applying for asylum in the UK when they could apply for that in a neighbouring country that shares their values tenfold? Why are they not going to other Islamic nations where they have a similar mindset? Why are they coming all the way over to Europe? Why? Doesn't make any sense, does it? It's like, if say, for example, well, South Korea is kind of a very Western place. That's probably a bad example. But if Chinese people were, seeking asylum because of a civil war or something, they're not going to come all the way to England. They're going to want to go to somewhere where the culture is quite similar. So they'll probably go to a neighbouring country in Asia. Same for Indians. If there's a civil war, for example, or whatever, God forbid, they're probably going to go to neighbouring countries in that region because it makes more sense, because the culture is more similar. Why would you send these people thousands of miles away to a different culture that doesn't share hardly any ideologies with people coming from these places? And you say, you have the audacity to say that diversity is our strength, when the issue here is that it's not, because now we've got these little silos and pockets of communities that don't break bread, that are speaking foreign languages to their constituents. So we've got civil servants, and we've got people specifically from the Labour Party, councillors, addressing their constituents in a foreign language. Like that's unacceptable. That should be illegal. If you're going to become a public servant in Britain, you must only speak English. Why are you speaking a foreign language? Like, no, this is the problem. This is the problem. This is the problem. These are the uncomfortable truths that no one wants to talk about. And if we don't address these problems, it's going to get worse. There will be civil unrest. And there's going to be one of those things where there'll be the last straw on the camel's back and the whole thing's going to blow up in everyone's face. We cannot continue on this path if we are not unified. We're not unified right now. We've got silos coming up all over the place. Leeds, Bradford, Birmingham. Need I say any more? Manchester soon. What else next? We just had someone that was speaking about England, the United Kingdom becoming uninvestable. And they gave the example of a road that's being built up north. I think it's the A33 or whatever this guy said. And effectively said, based on the current British system, it's going to take 30 years to redo that road. It was meant to go from, I think, a dual carriageway to a single carriageway or the other way around. 30 years. A job that, allegedly, by this individual that was talking about this, should only take 9 months. So we've got that compounding effect as well, because we're incapable of addressing the problems. And this stuff's just going to keep getting worse. We can sit here and virtue signal and be a humanitarian and assume everyone thinks the same way as we do. But unfortunately, the chickens have come home to roost and we have let the fox in the hen house. It is over if we don't start addressing these problems now. We need to stop ignoring the elephants in the room. We need a hardline approach. Yeah, we're taking little pockets out of what Denmark are doing. That's not enough. Unfortunately, whoever needs to grow a pair to get this done, we are going to be seen as draconian in the level of policy that must be passed to get this under control. The face of Britain is changing too fast. People do not like it. This is the uncomfortable truth. Okay, I'm not even comfortable going to my local mall anymore because I don't feel welcome in my own mall. I feel like I'm in a foreign country. It feels like somewhere else. This is the problem. We have become too soft. We're a soft touch. We've got too much red tape. We are shooting ourselves in the foot. We are on decline. And on top of that, Tesco's this year have decided not to call a Christmas tree as well. That's not fake news, that's real. Because they're doing it in fear of offending certain religious groups. No doubt you know which one that is. Again, I evoke the right of the Abolition of Blasphemy Law of 2008 to critique said ideology under British law. Not going after any individuals, I'm going after the ideology, which is perfectly within my rights. This is where we are, people. This is what we're dealing with. This is what we're dealing with. You heard it first from DK.